Realtors, who's helping you? Who's helping you learn this business? Is anybody? I know that's a tough thing, right? Who does help other realtors? Some offices do, some firms do, not all. I'm Kathy Burns, and I'm going to share with you what I've learned, and I've got some important questions for you to ask yourself. I'm going to share some insights on here. I hope you stay to the end. Like and subscribe if you like what I have to say. I got lots to say. Anyway, I thought about this. I had an agent call me. She's been in the industry since 2007. She got in when the market was going up. She's with Remax, and she had just moved over to there because she was with another firm before that, done property management when the marketing really tanked, and was doing that through those rough years, which was good, and she pivoted, and that made sense. I did a lot of short sales through that time. But what she said to me was, she's struggling. And most agents are right now. They're struggling in this market because it's a different market. And if you are finding new tools, new tips, new tricks, and pivoting to what works, you will struggle or may not even succeed. And maybe you'll be like so many agents that just leave the industry when it gets hard. That doesn't have to be that way. So let me ask you this. In your office, in your firm, right there, who's your go-to person? Who can you go to that's going to share their gold and level you up? Is there somebody in the office like that? Or is there lots of complaining? Lots of worried about this lawsuit and worried about this and complaining about no listings and right? It's nonsense. Yes, things get tough. What tough? Are you kidding me? You're online like I have, and you'll have some sucker punches in your life. Everybody does. You either got to figure out how you're going to level up yourself, find somebody that'll collaborate with you. They're not in your office. Honestly, you're not in the right place. Pay attention to those 5 people around you that are going to support you and level you up. So many realtors are really looking for some insights, where to go, how to do it. And that's why these Facebook groups are popping up all over. Some are good. I got a friend, Emily. Hers is good because there's no complaining really going on in there. And I hope it stays that way. She's an inspiration out of Minnesota. I love this gal. But there's some others, oh my gosh. The negativity, the meanness. Someone will ask a question in there and they'll choose to go anonymous because they don't want to get beat up or have someone in their firm know that they're asking this question. And man, agents are pouncing on them. They're not being hopeful. A few are. I am. But very few are. And that's disappointing. It's part of our culture that's going on right now. And so you got to pay attention to what is the culture that your business is in. You know, you may want to consider finding people that would share their gold, even if they're not in your firm. Like, are there a bunch of agents in the area that you could say, hey, together, mastermind, let's figure this out together. Let's level up. And ideally, you find somebody that'll share their gold. They're out there. The culture at EXP, the firm I'm with, that was probably the most surprising thing that I found when I moved over here was everybody shared. Why did they share? I wondered that in the beginning. I mean, I always shared, but why were so many suddenly doing it? And yet they'd come from these firms where they weren't sharing. Well, because they were owners of the company. Makes a big difference. When you've got stock in the company and you're an owner and it's one company, not a bunch of franchises that split everybody up. That makes a big difference. Now, you could say, are you just going to pitch EXP in here? I'd like to, but that's not the goal. The goal is to get you thinking about how you're going to level up. Because if you're not finding out where the gold is, where the secrets are, what it is, you're going to really struggle. And why? We don't have to. There are many places where you can go. Shoot, I'm doing these YouTube videos just to get you thinking. And I've also got another channel, and that's a tech-savvy channel where it's teaching all kinds of technology tips and tricks for realtors. I'll put the link in below so you'll have that. But stay tuned to the end. I'm going to have all kinds of tidbits for you. But I really want you to get thinking. Are you satisfied where you're at? And if not, let's get you satisfied. Let's find a place where someone's going to give you some gold. Every Tuesday, I'm part of a group that does non-denominational companies. There's no company that's spoken about. It is put on by EXP, but nobody's talking EXP in there. They're just sharing gold. And every Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time, there is an hour-long Zoom. You can even go in there and make up a fake name. You don't have to even be known, but you can learn. And I've got great videos on you name the topic. Open houses, a rock star open house video that this gal put on. She shared her goal. That's what you need, right? Open houses will really do something turnarounds for you. And it like an EXP, we let all the EXP agents that want to share our listings. Now we've got a system for that where it's posted and they can go see, and there's a process through KV Core of how they can market it. It's wonderful. And that's my point. What's going on where you're at, where you're getting the support that you need? I'm not beating up your companies. I'm beating up the situation that you're in choosing to stay in. How about that Facebook post that goes, I am safe today because from EXP recruiting. Really? Oh, come on. God, that makes me crazy. Everybody that gets recruited, if somebody comes to you and they recruit you, that's a compliment. They think you're doing good. Come on over here. We can go over here. They believe in who you are as a business person. Otherwise, why would I ask somebody that was just lame? No, look in myself. For the business builders out there that really want to level up, that want to have that time and financial freedom that they could have. So if they're not broke after every single commission, they got to start over, or they got to buy rental properties as a hope that that's their end game. Ugh, that's a tough end game, I'm going to tell you that. Because there's a lot of processes that you have to do with it. They're doing it, and it makes sense for a lot of people. That is not my choice either. My mom did it. It's a nightmare, especially as she got older. And as a family member that had to take over all those different homes to help her. All the family members in our family were chipping in to help her out because she aged out. Once she retired, which she was not young when she retired, then she had to have family help her out, help her clean it out. You know, tenants were a disaster. She chose not to have a property management company. Why? She couldn't afford it. It's really why it was. When she did pass and I sold off those properties, there was not a lot of money. Before she passed, actually, there's not a lot of money for her care. And she had dementia, so she needed care. These are things you want to think about. Is this how you want to live your life? I mean, the stress level of real estate is high. Unless you've got systems, you've got people sharing their gold, and that's what you can get at, I know you can get at EXP. However, there's a caveat here. Why are these agents leaving EXP? They didn't dive in. There's so much here. There's not a subject you can't touch at EXP that you couldn't get trained on and get help on. But they didn't dive in. Or they got a bad taste because somebody was cranky or whatever. Or in the beginning when it was tough, brand new. There's a lot of new companies doing their best to copy and tweak the idea of EXP. I wish them well. However, man, there's the growing pains of all those companies too. Just as EXP had growing pains, and they did. They absolutely did. I'm so glad I'm 6.5 years in, because now we are really rocking it, and we're global, and we're bringing all kinds of things in because the founder, Glenn Sanford, man, he's brilliant, and he focuses on the agent because he was one too. So it's very agent-centric. And back to why do the agents here collaborate? Because if you win, we all win if you're an EXP agent. So now I'm going to encourage you got to get out there and you got to do some homework. If you want to win at this game of real estate, you want to be profitable, you want an end game where you're not going to be putting in signs to your 80. That was my vision. No, thank you. I wanted something different. And honestly, 6.5 years ago, even though my business was good, but I didn't see an end game because I knew I kept having to make the sale after the sale after the sale. I didn't have rental because I really didn't want it. And I don't even know that I could have afforded to do it. Even though my business was doing good, I started at 55, almost 56. How do you build up much of a savings even if you're doing good? First of all, those first few years, you're just trying to break in. And then when you break in, now you're playing catch up usually with somebody, some bills, whatever, right? Now I can breathe, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And now I can live a good life. Now I have other options, residual income coming in, stock in a savings, stock in my funds, money in my savings account. These are things I didn't have at the level that I have now. Does it sound appealing to you? Because you could have it. You can have it at some of those other companies too if you dive into them. But I encourage you to check out the YouTube video by Mike Delprete, Delprete. He did a video about where is the real estate industry going? What's the deal with brick and mortar? What's the deal with all these meta companies like EXP? And you say, they need to be around people. Well, then you better be around some good ones. Because if they're just, and they won't share their stuff, is that good? Being around those kind of people? And I'm not saying it's like that in every office, because it's not. Me, I struggle being in the office because I'm very distracted. I'm like a squirrel. I get distracted. People want to talk to me, tell me the latest story. Not that I'm not interested, because I am. That's my point. I'll get distracted. I prefer to work out of my house. Is that me? Maybe. My dogs distract me. But the point is, what are you doing about your business? Do you want to level up? I got all kinds of tips and tools. You could say, hey, I'm interested in that open house video that you got. Fine. Just make a comment below. I'll get it to you. And there's no strings attached. You can have it. I got all kinds of things. And I've got all kinds of training on quick. Follow me on that on YouTube channel too. That'll be below. Listen, I can help, but you got to help you. That's your choice. You can stay on this path where you're struggling, you're trying to find somebody that'll teach you, or you can dive in and you can learn and you can get all the gold that you could ever imagine. But you have to be the one. You're the one that's got to do the work. Not me. I can give you the tools. You got to pick them up. So I hope that was of value to you. If it was, please subscribe below. Please listen in. Check out all the stuff. Got lots of stuff for you. And I really wish you the best, no matter what company you go with. If you want to talk to me about EXP, great. If you don't, I don't care. I'm looking for the ones that are looking for me. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.